So let's talk about a tutorial for making this small clothes bag. This is all the main ingredients we use. Then this little inner pocket, this is the same too. This is the same for two. Well, it's the same for both of them. These two are the same, and these two are the same. After we receive the material package, let's compare our materials first. Then what about our hardware accessories? There are our little nuts, and our screw buckles, a small screwdriver, and this wax thread. There's a needle, and there's a chain. This gadget is relatively small. We shipped it with this small bag. We use a few and take a few out. Don't pour it all out first. It's easy to lose. So let's put it back in the pouch first. Wait until we use it, then take it out. Or maybe we can put our own phone case first. Take down our little screw. Pour it into this phone case. Then we prepare our own lighter with a pair of small scissors. And here we are at the end of it. Need to use. What about our first step? First, sew on our little clothes and small pockets. We need to find our little pocket first. And our front material. Take out our needle and thread. We sew this circle. It needs to use 1/5 times the length below us. 1、2、3、4、5. Then take our scissors and disconnect the line. Take our needle again. We put this wax thread. Fix it on our needle first. We thread through and then. The one left here is about the same length as our needle. Then because of this flat wax line, it has a certain width, let's prick it again with a needle. You make a little knot like this. Such a small coil. Then we pull the short one down again. Pull as long. It's fixed. And one thread, 2 needles. When we sew each part next, it's all 1 thread and 2 needles, and the needle is always in this way. Fixed to us. This line is all used in the same way, fixed to this needle. And then we sew him this little loop. It's just the two of them. You can see that it's got a little bit of a squiggle there. The two of them can be matched together. Pierce 2 holes at the same time. Then we pull the 2 needles together. Make our 2 lines the same length. And then we have this on our side. The needle in this thread. Then sew to the side. Be careful not to tie knots on and off the line. And then we have the needle on the lower thread. We're going up. Put this thread aside after going through it. Then when we thread the needle down, we pay attention to the process of wearing. Don't tie our line. Don't get stuck in this thread. We're going to pull the line a little bit on one side, then go through this hole. Or the lower line goes up. After wearing it, continue to wear it up and down. We must pay attention in the process of wearing it. It's the needle on the line and the needle on the line. Don't wear into each other's thread. After we wear it on and off the line, be sure to use a little force. Pull our line. Otherwise, our line will be too loose. If we don't pull a little harder, our line, this extra loose feeling. Now put the lower thread on again. Then when we wear it down again, we're going to add it to that now. Can you all take a look? Start with the third hole of 1、2、3 on the top. Then we have to contact 1、2、3 here. The third hole is aligned down. Wear it, let's go through it for him first. Then put on the third hole here. Okay, now we're sewing. Just fix it too. Our big one is on. Or offline and up. We should also remember this rule. If the line below you goes up first, we must remember. So this circle, we all want the lower thread to pass through the top first. Or the lower line goes up. The top line goes down. When I go online, I go offline. Or wear it first. Wear it back. When we sew another stitch, it goes into a hole with our starting needle. After we come in, it is now 1, 2, 3 floors. We only sew 2 layers. That is, we don't put the needle on this side and we're going to come out between the 2 of them. Then sew this down again. Sew the pocket cover of one of our small clothes pockets. It's done. Then we sew this circle down. Shall we sew this circle or thread it up and down? And then this, and I'm not going to take one shot at a time. When we sew to this position, let's go back to our video tutorial. When we sew to this position, let's continue, or the needle below should be put through first. Then we sew another stitch down. When sewing, we're going to lift this position for him. That is, we only sew 2 layers. Pass him through again. And then we give him 3 more stitches. Okay, put all the lines behind us. Then we disconnect. When the thread is broken, we will sew next each step. At the end, we break the line. The processing of the end of the line is we cut it out with small scissors. Don't cut close to the root of this thread. Let's save him some. Then use our lighter. Then flatten quickly. Okay, let's move on to our other side. The stitching is exactly the same. You guys just sew this side up. After sewing, we will continue to watch our tutorial. After we sew these 2 little pockets, let's put these 2 small screws on it first. This should go through the top first. This is now 3 layers thicker. So we're going to use our screwdriver. Press it down. There is another side. Okay, and what are we going to sew next? This is the location. When we sew this position, one of its thread quantity is also 5 times the length of our lower one. Please measure the line yourself. Thread a needle. Well, just measure this line first. Fix it to our needle. And we needle him down here. Well, we'll start the needle here. Is that how it came in this order? Or 2 needles through 2 holes at the same time. Put wires at the same time. Let the 2 lines be the same length. This sewing method is the same as when we sew this circle. Then everyone can sew it up by themselves. And I am going to do this needle by needle. We sew to this position. When it is about to coincide with our starting needle, we sew it up. And then we sew it back up. Okay, after this is fixed, all our lines are put behind us. Alright. And what we're going to do is we're going to sew these two together. When sewing it together, we also need to take our little one. This is the spot we're going to add to it. Let's start with what we use. Find them all. It's these two little letters. There are 2 holes in it. On one side are 2 holes. And these 2 little hardware accessories. The 2 of them are buckled like this when they sew. And then a little seam here and a little seam here. The stitching is exactly the same. The amount of thread used is 10 times the length of our lower end 1, 2, 3. We align it. We can see the hole clearly. It's aligned. We're also on this side, the 2 go through together. Pull both needles at the same time. This must be tightened. If it's not tightened, it will be like this when we turn it over. When we turn it over like this thread will be very loose. The whole thread goes outside, so this must be tightened. You don't need to pull very hard. We just need to tighten it. Then sew 2 holes. We're going to put our little hardware accessory at it. Fold this in half first. Then go through this little hardware accessory. Put the hardware in the center. Leave it upside down. Put it in like this. It's now level 4. We need to find holes layer by layer. Then tighten. What about this thread? It's not exposed. It doesn't matter which side of the needle we put through first. After we sew to the end, it's a little shorter. We don't have to just sew back. The 3 needles are broken. We'll just sew it back together. Because of this little accessory, we're going to sew it firmly. It plays a load-bearing role. Although our bag is very small, right? But it bears a weight of our bag. So we're going to sew it a little stronger. We'll just give it a whole back sew. Hello, put all needle and thread on the same side. Disconnect. The sewing method on this side is the same. We can also sew it up by ourselves. After we sew on both sides, we're going to sew our side on it. When sewing these 2 sides, its line usage is hours. A side 5 times longer. Let's break one 6 times longer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This particular simple. I'm just going to tell you this. How do we start the needle and we can do it ourselves? What about our needle on the edge? Give him a lock stitch. Just take the needle and thread from this hole on the edge. Then we'll go round and dress him again. Okay, so this wire is locked. Then the last shot. A pair of threading forms for the next stitch. Can we all sew this by ourselves? If you sew this part and don't know how to sew it, then we continue to watch this tutorial. Let's sew here ourselves first. Like ours, it belongs to the reverse seam. That's what we sew inside. Then when the line cannot be seen outside, when we sew, the upper and lower lines must be tightened. If you can't tighten it, everybody take a look. Now if I don't tighten this thread, the state we turn over is a feeling. It's going to spread out. So we must tighten the upper and lower lines. We sew to this corner. We can see the location of our material. It is a medium. Then the bottom is facing a hole. The right hole is facing the two in the middle. It's a hole when it's sewn together. Let's sew first. Then when we sew it over, the needle goes through here. Then we're A. And then we're going to pass it through here. Next time we sew this, it goes this way. Sew it again. We need to pull hard on this position, our line. Pinch this corner with a little force. Make their two leather materials next to each other. Then let's pull this thread hard again. Go ahead and we sew the next hole. Now let's hold our corner first. Then we sew another hole. When sewing a hole, we're going to pinch this corner, because now our line is still relatively loose. Okay, we can loosen up now. Or the previous needle and the next needle. Let's go ahead and finish sewing the bottom here. When we sew to the bottom, same as this side. Make it up and down. Wrap this thread. And then 3 stitches back. This is our last hole. After completing the alternation of up and down, let's wrap this line round one side. Pass it through. Tension. Then give him some more stitches. After back sewing, let's put all the lines on the same side. Disconnect. If this thread is too long, you can't do it. Nope. Alright. And then you flip it over. What's next? We're going to sew our little collar. We sew this little collar. The amount of thread he uses for this small section, the bottom part is 3 times as long. We can all measure the line ourselves. Then let him stand. This is the front side of our material. This is our back. Let them both back. The back of this and the back of this. The two of them stick together and sew. Or go through both holes at the same time. Pull wire. This wire should also be tightened a little bit. And what about the two connecting positions? This thread, which we equivalent to, is a hole. Go through here. Align it to the next hole. Okay, we can all sew this up by ourselves. Just wear it up and down. If our collar is sewn crooked, it will be more screwed. Then we can take a look. This is the location. It has a little golden mouth. Can you see it? It's a little spike. When we sew, and we have this sharp mouth in the back. The two of them are under their two pointed mouths. Have a hole. The holes of the two of them are aligned. In this way, the color we sew out is correct. Because when we sew this neckline, it has a throw. It has radiance. Then not like we sew flat. Put it up there. The holes in the two materials are matched together. So this location, we're going to thread one stitch up and the next. After we sew the head, I'm going to give him 3 stitches back. Fix our line. And after that, after these 3 stitches are sewn, we need to put this needle and thread on this side. Because put it here, if we disconnect this little collar when we turn it over, we'll see. Our threads are going to be hidden from it. We can turn it over when we're done disconnecting. Adjust it. Okay, we're done sewing this exterior. Next, we're going to sew our interior. What about when sewing the inside? Let's sew this bottom on first. Is this sewing method the same? Well, I sewed this bottom to the outside. You can also sew it on the inside of us. Let's take a look for ourselves. I'm used to sewing it outside. After we sew this back, it can leak out of this. Well, you can also. I don't want to leak it out. We can sew it. Sew inside, but its line is white. It's going to leak out. Let's sew this bottom on. One thread measure for this small circle. It's 3 times as wide as ours. That's it, measure it 3 times. The line can be a little more. It doesn't matter if it's longer. Be sure not to shorten it. Then go through both holes at the same time. And they're pulling our needle and thread. Go round the seam. And I'm not going to show you that. We can also sew this bottom by ourselves. Or do we finally sew to this position end? When we sew the starting hole to the same hole, we give him 3 stitches back. Then we go to the inside and break the line. Let's also sew this up by ourselves. After we sew this bottom, we're going to sew our side on. We sew this side. One of its thread quantities is 3 times as wide as ours. This is how we sewed the sides like this. Then pick one up. Let's measure the line ourselves. You still need to go through the 2 holes together. Pull out 2 needles at the same time. Let's make this line as long as it is. Then put this line on the upper hole. We're going to wrap it around and put it on again. Fix it like this. Continue to sew down. It is still the downward seam of the previous needle and the next needle. Let's also sew it ourselves first. Sew to this position. Then watch our tutorial. When we sew to this position, you may not know how to sew it again. These 2 holes, we can leave these 2 holes alone. You can also leave it unsewn because this is the wrong punch. These 2 are redundant. So we don't have to sew it. Don't worry about it. Go through. And then we bend over like this. We can't see the 2 holes inside. And he had no effect. Our next hole, to align with the first hole in our right angled edge. At this time, let's not worry about pulling the wire. Check it out first. Pinch a little, and then we pull the strings. If we pull the wire directly, maybe this line, it will cut our material at this time. Keep going down. Then we sew in the center. We can see he has a small pointed mouth. The small tips of these two materials are all matched together. We sewed it right. If the two of them are wrong, maybe you didn't figure it out at this location. Then we're going to take it apart and sew it again. Everybody take a look. The holes of both of them. The last hole on this right angled edge is opposite this hole. We do the up and down alternation in this hole. And what about the hole below us? To this hole on the right angle edge with us. Yeah, together. Fold the material first. Got the wrong line. Alright. Then we continue to sew down. Alternate upper and lower lines. After we sew the edge hole, there's a hole in it. This is a positioning hole. Sew him again. Then sew back 3 stitches. And put all the needle and thread we put in the back here. The sewing method is the same on both sides. I have sewn this side ahead of time. We all follow a sewing method here. Just sew this side too. And then we sewed the whole back. After sewing, we're going to connect the two of them together. Connect together, it uses our little hardware. It's buckled like this. Let's go through it layer by layer first. The first hole in front of us. It's behind us. The first hole here. Tighten it with a screwdriver. Then we wear the second one. Last one. Then adjust it again. The whole thing is sewn. This chain is one of our shoulder straps. Hang in this position. Okay, the bag is finished sewing.